Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Mike Armstrong podcast show. And today I'm going to record episode 4 from the third coming of the podcast. And today I'm going to talk about challenging yourself. I think it's important in life to constantly push the boundaries of what you're capable of and to keep challenging yourself so that this helps to build confidence and assurance in your own capabilities. The more you challenge yourself, the more you get outside your comfort zone and push the boundaries of what you can do and what you can achieve, the more confident you are in doing and achieving greater things. So I think the more you push yourself, the more you challenge yourself, the better you become, the stronger you become. So just to give you an idea, I've done quite a lot of challenges over the years, and those challenges have definitely given me the confidence in my ability and the confidence in myself to be able to do big and great things. I did a couch to the Cardiff Half Marathon about 6 years ago. At the time, I was completely unfit. I wasn't able to run more than probably 100 meters. But I challenged myself by signing up to do the Cardiff Half Marathon for charity for Age Concern at the time, because I knew that would then commit me to having to train to do the marathon because I couldn't get out of it. So I challenged myself. I went from not being able to run 100 meters to within a few days by just going out and running for as far as I could. The first day, ran for as far as I could, stopped, walked until I got my breath back, run again. I kept doing that. Within a few days, I was running, 3, 4, 5 miles. Within a couple of weeks, I was running 5 to 8 miles a day, 3 or 4 times a week. And within about 6 months, I was able to complete the Cardiff Half Marathon. And I wasn't that bothered by the time, but at the time, all I wanted to do was to not stop. So I wanted to continuously run all the way. And up to about 10 miles, I did that quite easily and comfortably. But because I only did training for 6 months, the last 3 miles was quite tough. But I didn't stop running, and I completed it in about, I think it was like 2 hours, 45 minutes or something like that. But I did what I set out to do, which was to do the marathon. I got fit. And, I pushed myself. I pushed my limits. I did some training and I got it done. And then, during COVID, I was challenged on a clubhouse room I was running to do something for 79 days by somebody who was challenging lots of people to do lots of things for 79 days. So I committed to run my clubhouse room 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for 79 days. I ended up doing it for about 83 days, but I committed to it. I run my clubhouse room. I was actually on the clubhouse platform for 24 hours a day, minus 3 or 4, maybe 5 hours, which I was getting for sleep, which I was running my room for, and I was falling asleep whilst on my phone and whilst on stage. But in my clubhouse room, I had people from all around the world, friends and stuff in that room, and different people would take over running the room while I had my 3, 4, or 5 hours. But I committed to doing a 79-day challenge, and I ended up running the room for about 83 days. Also, I think it was after first lockdown in Clubhouse, in COVID times, I took on the hashtag 75 hard challenge, which is 5 things that people find difficult to do on their own, done together, and you have to do it for 75 days. And it's a really tough challenge, and a lot of people really struggle to do it. I managed to do that challenge as well. I did that for, I think it was like 81 days or something. I did it for more than the 75 days because I always think, like, if you're going to do something and you're going to challenge yourself, always do a little bit more than everyone else, do a little bit more, because that shows again that you can just keep pushing yourself and you can do more than the majority of other people. So the hashtag 75 hard challenge was you had to be on a diet. So a lot of people find dieting on its own a challenge, but you have to do that with 4 other things. But I had to be on a diet. I had to drink no alcohol for the 75 days. I had to exercise twice a day, one indoors and one outdoors for at least 45 minutes each time. I had to drink a gallon of water, and I had to read 10 pages from an educational book each day. So these are 5 challenges which on their own can be tough for a lot of people to do. I probably wouldn't do any of those challenges on their own though, because I would find it easy, but I like the hashtag 75 hard challenge because it was hard. And that's what this conversation is about. It's about pushing yourself in order to build resilience and build confidence in your abilities, and to push outside of your comfort zone, and to seek new challenges and tasks so that you're capable of doing more and achieving more, etc. It's all about self-confidence, self-assurance. So I took on the hashtag 75 challenge. I did it for about 81 days or whatever. And then the alcohol thing was the one that got me, because that's one of the hardest bits of the challenge for me, is not drinking alcohol for 75 days. But luckily I think it was in between lockdown 1 or lockdown 2. I was out with the habit of socialising and going out drinking anyway, so it was a bit easier for me to do at that time. I like reading anyway, so the 10 pages from an educational book was enjoyable for me to do. Drinking water, that's quite hard, but you just got to do it. You just drink little and often, and you'll get it done. The exercise twice a day. I like exercising. I like going out riding my bike and that. It's hard when you're doing it late at night and it's cold and wet and raining, which I was doing quite a lot because, that's Wales, living in Wales for you. It's hard sometimes to get out where you're comfortable, settee and go, doing your second exercise. You've done the one already early in the day, getting the second one done, but it's just something you got to do if you want to complete the challenge. And the diet, I'm not bothered by, going without some goodies or whatever for a while. So I just was on a strict, just health food diet, I wanted to do the challenge because I thought it was going to be tough, and it was tough. It was tough more as a time management challenge, trying to get everything done and squeezed in. But I managed to complete it, and that makes you feel good about yourself and builds your confidence and assurance again. At the same time as doing that challenge, I was also on another challenge which I set myself, which was I wanted to do 1,000 episodes on my podcast, which I just started at the beginning of lockdown, in March time, 2020. I started the podcast. I wanted to do 1,000 episodes in my first year. On average, I think most people do about 300 odd episodes or whatever, but I wanted to do 1,000 because I like to set myself goals and targets, and stretch myself. And so that's why the hashtag 75 hard challenge was hard, because I was already on another challenge as well at the same time. So time became a challenge, but I managed to get that done. And I also I managed to do just under 1,000 episodes in my first year of the podcast. I think I did something like 998 or something like that. But I did 1,000 just after. But I pushed myself, and I found I was capable of doing podcasting and getting guests on and all the rest of it involved in that. So that, again, is really good, for learning new skills and for perfecting techniques and perfecting talking in the terms of podcasting and that sort of thing. But yeah, it's just really good to push yourself and really good to challenge yourself. Last year, was it last year? Yeah, last year. It might have been the year before now. Time flies so quick. But anyway, I decided to drive from the UK to Turkey by car, a road trip. A lot of my friends and people I know said I was crazy. You can't do that, it's too far, blah, 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 blah. But I did it. I enjoyed it. I had a great time. It took me 12 days. Could have done it in 4 or 5, but I decided to enjoy the many sights and sounds of Europe along the way. In the end, I couldn't quite get to Turkey because I couldn't get over the Bulgarian border. But I was on my way to Turkey and I wanted to complete the mission, so I parked my car and I took a train from Romania to Bulgaria. And I managed to catch a train from Bulgaria to Turkey, and then I caught a ferry to the airport in Turkey, and I caught a plane to southern Turkey, which is where I was going. I had a great time, I loved it, and would do it again. So I did that road trip on my own, and had a wonderful time. So these are the sort of things that I like to do to challenge myself. I like to do what other people can't do. I like to do what other people say can't be done. I like to push myself and push my own limits of what I think I'm capable of, which is anything really. I think everything's possible. I think you can work hard and point towards anything, and if you work hard enough and you want it badly enough, you can get it done. And this is why doing these types of challenges are good for you to do, because you know you will feel like that too. Because you know, why can't you? Why can't you do it? So you know, if somebody tells you in life you can't do it, I'm telling you, you can do it. It just depends how much you want it. And that's what this episode's about really. It's just about challenging yourself, working on your own confidence, working on your own belief in your abilities, working on your own skill set and abilities, working on your own, you know, self-assurance, confidence, you know, all that sort of stuff. At the end of the day, if you challenge yourself constantly and you keep pushing the envelope of what you're capable of doing, then, you know, when you get to later stages of your life, you'll achieve a lot more because, you know, you're willing to take those risks and invest in yourself and back yourself because you know you're capable of doing great things. Also, another challenge I forgot to mention as well is a friend of mine bought a hotel. Um, he sacked his management team because they weren't very good and he was looking for help. I said, oh, I'll go in and help him for a while. 11 months later, I was still there basically, so I ended up running a hotel and a live music venue for 11 months for a friend of mine, having never previously run a hotel or a bar. But you know, I believe I'm capable of doing great things, and I said yes, and I learned how to do it, and I did it. So yeah, you know, that's the power of challenging yourself. So keep challenging yourself, keep pushing yourself, keep getting outside of your comfort zone. I've actually made outside of my comfort zone my comfort zone. I'm more comfortable doing new things and challenging myself than I am with the status quo of doing nothing and learning nothing and going nowhere. You know, I find that uncomfortable. So I love to challenge myself, and you can love new challenges too if you're willing to just keep challenging yourself, just get on with it, push through the barriers, and just stretch through, grow into the person you want to become, grow into the person who's capable of achieving and doing the things you want to achieve and do. That's pretty much it from me. So this challenging yourself episode is part of my overall Fire from the Welsh Dragon series, which is a series of motivation, inspiration, and education for entrepreneurs. Believe in yourself, believe you're capable of doing it, keep pushing yourself towards going and growing in the area you want to grow in, and you can do it. Whatever it is, you can do it, you can achieve it. So that's what this episode's all about. Check out hashtag Fire from the Welsh Dragon on all social media, on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and this podcast, etc., for more motivation, inspiration, and education for entrepreneurs. And also, don't forget to check out my hashtag Smart Happiness Formula, my hashtag Stream Success Formula, and my hashtag Mike Armstrong Ebooks, which is a collection of motivation, inspiration, and educational books for entrepreneurs. You can also find those ebooks under the hashtag Ebooks for Entrepreneurs. That's it from me. Have a great day. I know I will. And just remember, you can do it. Cheers. Bye.